In a movie scene, you might see an F-35 pilot yanking the stick to perform a high-speed loop, or a dramatic roll to dodge a heat-seeking missile. While a modern F-35, especially the variants with thrust vectoring capabilities, is capable of some incredibly impressive maneuvers, it is fundamentally designed as a flying supercomputer and a sensor platform, rather than an aerobatic stunt plane. The airframe and the wing profile are engineered for low radar cross-section, meaning stealth, rather than extreme maneuverability. Every time a pilot attempts a high-G maneuver, they are putting thousands of pounds of stress on the composite airframe and the specialized stealth coatings. In a movie, these parts are indestructible, but in real life, exceeding structural limits can cause permanent damage to that highly praised stealth layer, which could effectively make the jet as visible on radar as a massive airliner. Beyond the physical stress, we have to talk about the weight and fuel management. A fully loaded F-35 Alpha or Bravo model is a massive machine. When you factor in the fuel, the internal weapons bays, and the life support systems, the resulting inertia is tremendous. In the movies, you see these jets stopping on a dime or changing direction instantly, as if they have no weight at all. In the real world, an F-35 pilot has to plan every move several seconds in advance. You cannot just whip a 15-ton machine around a corner at 1,000 miles per hour without the laws of physics pushing you wide and toward the ground. This brings us to the myth of invisibility. Hollywood directors love to show the F-35 passing directly in front of enemy radars without being noticed. In reality, stealth technology is not a magic cloak that makes the aircraft invisible. It is a mathematical game designed to delay the enemy from seeing you and locking onto you. The F-35 tries to look as small as a bird or a tennis ball on enemy radar. However, the massive heat signature from the engine and atmospheric conditions still make it detectable at certain ranges. The F-35 is not a ghost that sneaks up silently. It is a professional assassin that delivers a lethal blow from miles away before the enemy even knows who hit them. The way the aircraft uses its weapons is another area where movies get it completely wrong. We have all watched scenes where an F-35 flies into the middle of an enemy base and hovers at low altitude while the pilot guns down enemies with a cannon. This is a great way to lose a $100 million piece of technology to a simple shoulder-fired missile or basic anti-aircraft fire. The F-35 is a beyond visual range killer. Its primary weapons, the AMRAAM missiles, have a range of over 60 miles. A real F-35 crew wants to stay so far away that the enemy does not even know they are in the area. They prefer to sit above the clouds, or use data provided by another friendly aircraft to find their target. This is a high-stakes game of chess in the sky, much different from the Rambo-style charges we see in cinema. The 25mm Gatling gun is also misrepresented. In movies, this gun seems to have infinite ammunition. In reality, the internal ammunition capacity of the F-35 is quite limited and designed for short, controlled bursts. If a pilot held the trigger down as long as they do in movies, the ammunition would be gone in a few seconds, and the barrel would likely warp from the intense heat. Another fascinating element that movies fail to capture is the mental workload of the pilots and the unique technology they use to see the world. Every movie shows the pilot looking through a spacious glass canopy, but the reality is far more taxing. F-35 pilots use an integrated helmet display system. This helmet feeds a constant stream of flight data and infrared imagery directly to the pilot's right eye. Thanks to 6 cameras located around the jet, when the pilot looks down at the floor, they do not see the metal airframe. They see the ground below them. This creates a terrifying sensory split, where the brain has to process 2 different images at once. Experienced pilots have reported that after long missions, their eyes will actually move independently for a short time. This is a level of psychological strain that a movie camera cannot easily capture. Furthermore, the cockpit of an F-35 is not a spacious dome. It is a cramped space filled with digital screens and sensor data that require constant monitoring. There is no room for the dramatic gestures we see in films, because the pilots are too busy managing engine torque, fuel flow rates, enemy radar frequencies, and data link connections. When we talk about speed, we often see F-35s chasing down airliners or other fast jets in movies. While the F-35 is fast, Its true power is not in its top speed, but in its ability to stay in the shadows. The way an F-35 moves is more like a predator stalking through tall grass than a hawk diving from the sky. It utilizes every radar wave, every mountain range, and every cloud bank to stay hidden. If an F-35 is caught out in the open in a high-speed dogfight, it means something has gone terribly wrong with the mission plan. The doctrine of the United States military emphasizes that the F-35 should always have the first look and the first shot. The survivability of the aircraft depends on the special radar-absorbent material on its skin, but no pilot wants to test that armor if they can avoid it. In a film, the hero might take hundreds of bullets and keep flying, but in reality, a single bullet to a critical sensor panel or the engine intake can bring down the most advanced jet in the world. This is why real-world tactics are built around staying as far away from the enemy as the sensors will allow. Speaking of sensors, movies almost always skip over the most important part of the jet, which is the targeting systems. These are the eyes located in the nose and the body that allow the crew to see in total darkness, or through smoke and dust. Instead of just looking out the window and pulling a trigger, pilots are constantly manipulating thermal cameras and laser designators to guide their weapons with surgical precision. This process takes coordination and time. It is never as instantaneous as the movies portray. The F-35 is not just a vehicle. It is a massive and heavy computer system that happens to have wings. Its interaction with the air is a constant battle against gravity and drag. To truly appreciate this machine, we have to look past the Hollywood pyrotechnics and understand the sophisticated chess game that real pilots play every time they leave the ground. They are not looking for a fair fight or a cinematic dogfight. They are looking to end the battle before the enemy even knows the game has started. This level of technical detail might not make for a fast-paced action scene in a theater, but it is exactly what makes the F-35 the most feared fighter jet in history. As we move into the specifics of engine performance and how altitude affects lift capacity, we begin to see even more gaps between fiction and reality. Because every foot of altitude and every degree of temperature changes how this beast performs in the field.